Hello students, welcome to Sreenath. Today we are going to discuss the simple equations chapter from 7th class CBSE Maths. So I am Karthik Luna. We are creating videos on all subjects from class 6 to class 8. So please do subscribe our channel and also like and share our videos. So let's begin this video. So in this present video we are going to discuss this chapter. What is the chapter name, students? The chapter name is simple equations. So this is our present chapter name, and in this chapter we are having 6 topics. So we are going to have the overview of all the topics, all the 6 topics, and after that we will discuss each topic in detail. So without wasting time, we are going to the overview. So what is the first topic? So this is the chapter name is simple equations. In this present chapter, the first topic is the setting up of an equation. So how to set up an equation? So basically a mind reading game is there. So we will cover it. This on this first topic also. We are naming the first topic as the setting up of an equation. We are going to cover the mind reading game also. Basically based on this game, we are going to explain you how to set up an equation. So that is our first topic, that is setting up of an equation. And the next is there is a review of what you have learned, basically what you have learned in your lower class, that is so we are going to cover it in this second topic. So what is the second topic? First topic is the setting up of an equation, and second topic is the what equation is. What equation is, what we called what as an equation, and we are going to revise this also in this second topic, students. So second topic is what equation is, and third topic is solving an equation, how we will solve an equation, and fourth topic is some more equations. So what are the different forms of equations? And fifth topic is from solution to equation. Basically until now we have discussed it from equation to solution. Now we are going from solution to equation. After that applications of simple equations to practical situations. So we are going to apply some simple equations to the practical situations. So that's it, students. That's end for the overview. So this is all about the overview. Now we will discuss each topic in detail, students. So what is the first topic here? The first topic is setting up an equation. Setting up of an equation. So before we discuss this topic, we have a game here. So if you understand that game, on the basis of this game, we are going to set up an equation. So what is the game? Say here there is a one girl, we call her name is Amina. So he gives a mind game to all his colleagues, all his classmates. So what is the mind game? See, she gives that mind game to Shara. So Amina has given a game and asked a question to Sarah. What does it mean? Think of a number, multiply it by 4 and add 5 to the product. So just think of a number and multiply that number with 4 and now add 5 to that number. Then she asks Sarah to tell the result. What happened? After that Amina asked the Sarah to tell the result. So basically what Sarah have to do? Sarah have to select one number. That number is the unknown number. That number is in the mind of Sarah only, and that number can't be known by other students. Why? Because Sarah did not tell that number. So that number is in the mind of Sarah. And what let us say that number be X. And what happened to that number? She have multiplied with 4 and she has added 5. And she has told the final result is 65. So then what Amina do? What Amina has done, or what Amina has told? Amina has told that number is 15. That number is 15. So basically I am rubbing it. I have written it just for your understanding only. So basically Amina has asked Sarah a question. Just think of your one number in your mind and don't tell that number to anyone. And what you have to do is you have to multiply that number with 4 and you have to add 5 to that number. After that you have to tell the result. So then she said that result is 25. She has multiplied with 4 and added the 5, and immediately Amina told that number is 15. So the number which you have thought in your mind is 15, and to that number we have multiplied the 4, and to that number we have added the 5. So finally that will give the 65. Then what happened? All the class has been shocked. So how Amina has read the mind of Sarah? How Amina has know the number that Sarah did not open it, or that Sarah did not reveal it. Even though Sarah has not revealed that number, but Amina has told that number that is in the Sarah's mind. So all of them will suddenly shocked. And another man like that has happened. So this is the mind game. So basically Amina has read the mind of Sarah. So in this way we can also read the mind of others also. In this way we can also play that game also. So basically what is there in that game, and how to get answer for the game. So after learning this chapter you will know how to give like how to play that games, and how to give some questions like that, and how to know the answer of that game after completing this chapter, students. So now we will know how to set up an equation. So basically take the example of Amina only. So Sarah is thinking about one number, that may be 1, 2, 3 or any one like that. So there is one number which is in the Sarah's mind. So that number is not known by others. That number is even not known by Amina also. That number is in the mind of Sarah only. So we have to find out that number. How Amina has found out that number? So that is the thing we are going to find out now. So basically Sarah has some number in the mind, that may be 1, 2 or 3 or 100 or 15 or anything maybe. So we don't know about that number. So we can name it, or we can write it as the x. X is the unknown number whose value may be 1, 2 or 3, anything. So to that number what she has done, she has multiplied it with 4. So she has multiplied that number with 4, and what next? She has added 5 to it. So finally what is the number? So this is the number 4x plus 5, and this is the final result. This we called it as the expression. Okay students. So another value of this expression depends upon the x. If suppose x equal to 1, then 4 into 1 plus 5, then that value will be 9. If x equal to 2, suppose if the number 2 is in the mind of Sarah, then the 4 into 2 plus 5, then the result will be 4 2s are 8 plus 5 means that is 13. But if that number is 5, then that will be 4 into 5 plus 5, that is equal to 25. But what is the answer that Sarah told? That is 65, students. That is 65. So for which value of x you will get 65 on right side? So that we have to find out it. So basically 4x plus 5, that is equal to 65. So for some values of x we are getting answers like that. So now we are fixing that number. So this expression, this value or number must be equals to 65. 4 into 5 plus 5 can be written as equal to 25. So if we want the answer to get 25, then x value must be 5. So for that we are fixing the value of 65. In order to get the 65, what is the x value? So that what we have to find out now. So basically this is the equation. So for our problem or our practical solution or practical situation, we have written it, or we have set up it in the form of a equation. For our practical problem or situation, we have applied or we have set up an equation for our practical problem. So the practical problem we have set up as the situation like that, 4x plus 5 equal to 65. So in this way we can set up equations. So our aim is setting up of an equation. So basically from the given practical situation, from the mind game, we have set up an equation. So in this way we can set up any equation. So this is all about the first topic, students. So first topic is completed, how to set up an equation. So basically from the data, from the practical situation, practical problems we encountered, we can write them as in the form of equation. So that's about it. And what is the second topic? That is, second topic is what equation is. So we have set up the equation, and now what equation is, what is meant by an equation. So before going to this, we have to review what we have learnt in our lower classes. So basically in our lower classes we have learnt about equation. That equation is what we have learnt in the previous classes. That equation is nothing but a equation. Here there is an equation is a condition on a variable. So basically what is meant by an equation? Equation is a condition on a variable. Equation is nothing but a condition on an variable. So then what question raised up? What is the variable means? Variable is nothing but its value may change. Its value may change. Its value may change. Its variable means nothing but its value may change. And one more thing is we can represent its value may change, its value may be different numerical numbers. We can represent variables as letters like x, y, z and t, like that. We can take any in the alphabet like x, y, z for to represent variable, students. So variable means its value may change, it is not fixed value. Okay, students. So equation is nothing but a condition on a variable. So basically if you see clearly, 4x plus 5 is equal to 65. So here there is a condition. What is the condition? There is some number, and to that number when we have multiplied with 4 and after adding it to the 5, you will get the 65. You will get the 65. Here is the condition. LHS is equal to RHS. It is the condition. So in this condition the variable is x. Here the variable is x. So this variable, that condition with variable x, we call it as the equation. That condition with variable x is called the equation. So that what we have learned in our previous classes. And how to solve those equations also now we are going to learn it. So now we are going to learn our present topic, what equation is. So basically in the equation, there is always an equality sign. So in an equation there is always an equality sign. In equation there is always an equality sign, and there is LHS left and to the equality sign, and to the left of equation sign we call it as the left hand side, and right of equation sign we call it as the right hand side. So the left of the all the terms in the to the equation sign we call, suppose 4x plus 5 is equal to 65. It is the equation, and there is an equality symbol, and to the left of this equality symbol all the terms we call it as the LHS, and to the right we call it as the RHS. So this is the LHS and this is the RHS and this is the LHS. This is the equality symbol. So we call it as the equation, students. Okay. And one more thing is the values on the left hand side. The values on the left hand side must and should equals to the right hand side. So this is the another thing. First thing is it is having equality sign, and the expressions or the variables or the numbers which are on the left side to the equality sign we call it as the LHS, and to the right side we call it the RHS, and the LHS is equal to RHS. So this is about the equation. So in short, an equation is the condition on a variable. The condition is that two expressions should have equal value. What is the condition is the expressions on left side and right side must be equal. So basically on the LHS side we are having variable and numerical values. Here on the RHS we are having constant value, but our RH side may also have variables. So, but there are some equations in equation, there may be variables on left side and there may be variables on right side also. So there is a possibility for variables and expression with variables in the right side also. There is no rule that always right hand side we must have constant. There is no that rule. So basically on the left hand side there is a variables, and the right hand side also there may be a variables. And one thing is the left hand side expression must be equals to the right hand side expression. The condition on the left hand side is equals to the condition on the right hand side. Okay students, so these two expressions which are equated with equality sign called as the equation, students. So that is all about the equation. So we also note a simple and useful property of equations. The equation 4x plus 5 is equal to 16 is the same as the 16 equal to 4x plus 5. Similarly, the equation 6x minus 25 plus 4x equal to 5 is the same as the 4x plus 5 minus 6. An equation remains the same when the expressions on the left and on the right are interchanged. So what is the one thing is, even though equation remains same, even though left and right hand sides are interchanged, left and right sides are interchanged. Even though left and right hand sides are interchanged, the equation remains the same. Suppose 4x plus 5 is equal to 65, which is similar to 65 equal to 4x plus 5. In this area, LHS is 65, which is a constant. RH is 4x plus 5, which is a variable condition expression. So there will be no change in this. And in the same way, 6x minus 25 is equal to 4x plus 5. This is one equation. It is having both sides. It is having expression with variable, condition with variable. So we call it as the two expressions. And this is similar to 4x plus is equal to 6x minus 25. So even though we have changed the left hand side and right hand side, even though you have interchanged the left hand and right hand side, there will be no change in the equation. Equation is same. So that is about the equation. So now what we have to do? We have to write the equation for the given questions. So the sum of 3 times x and 11 is 32. So we have to write the answer for it. Sum of, there is sum 3 times x. So 3 times x and 11. So sum of, there is a sum of what between though which sum is the sum of 3 times x. There is 3 times x and there is and. So after that will be written after the plus sign, and 11, that is 32, which means whose value is equals to 32, which means that is 32 means whose value is equals to 32. So we have to write the equality symbol and we have to write 32. Why? Because the right hand side and left hand side must be equal. And 1/4 of m is 3. 1/4 of m is 3 more than 7. So basically what is given here? 1/4 of m, which means m by 4 is, which means equal to 3 more than 7. 3 more than 7. So here it is. What is the 1/4 of m? That is m by 4, and that is equal to, it is greater than 7 by 3. So what does it mean? So 1/4 of m is 3 more than 7. So 1/4 of m value is 3 more than 7. So basically that we write it as minus 7 is equal to 3. So it is basically 3 m by 4th value. But how much it is, how much more it is? That is more than 7. That is 3, but more than 7 to it. So basically which means that is 3 plus 7 like this. But we have to write it on the left side. Why? Because means it is like is there in before 3. We have to write it like that. Take the number to be n. 1/3 of n is n by 3. So here 1/3 of a number plus 5 is 8. So 1/3 of a number means 1/3. Just we can assume that as the x. 1/3 of the x number is 1/3 of a number plus 5. is 8. So we can write it equal to 8 here. So we can write it clearly here. 1/3 of a number means we can take that number as the x plus 5. So plus 5 is 8 means equal to 8. So this is the way we have to write the equation. So we have to learn what equation is, and we have learned how we have to write the equations. So basically the values on the left hand side must be equal to the right hand side, and we have to put the equation symbol. That is the most important thing. Even though we have interchanged LHS and RHS, the values will not be changed, students. And so here there are statements. We can write it in the form of conditions. So x minus 5 equal to 9. So subtract 5 from a number that is that equals to 9. We can write it as take away y from x gives 9. We can write it like that also. So that is the thing we have to do, students. A shopkeeper sells mangoes in 2 types of boxes. There is a shopkeeper. He sells mangoes in 2 types of boxes, one small and one large. One is the small one, another one is the large one. A large box contains as many as 8 small boxes. How many are there in the large boxes? Large box contains 8 small boxes plus 4 loose mangoes. So basically mangoes. So this large box contains 8 small boxes of mangoes and 4 loose mangoes. Set up an equation which gives the number of mangoes in each small box. The number of mangoes in a large box is given to be 100. So the total number is, so 8 into small boxes plus 4 loose mangoes equal to 100. So totally the total number of mangoes in large box is equal to 100. And how many mangoes are there? They are, according to he has given the total number of mangoes in a large box there are almost 8 small boxes mangoes plus 4 loose mangoes. So that is equal to 100, students. So by solving this equation, we can write the small number of mangoes in a small box as m. So 8m plus 4 equal to 100. By solving this equation, you will get the answer, students. Okay. We have completed the second topic also, students. Now we will entering into the third topic. So what is the third topic? Solving an equation. Say how to solve an equation. Solving an equation. Basically, we have know how to set up an equation, and we have know what equation must have. And now we are going to know how to solve an equation. Suppose if you take here, there is 8 minus 3 equal to 4 minus 1. So basically there is an equality. This is an equation, and left hand side must be equals to right hand side. So if you clearly see 8 minus 3 equal to 5 and 4 plus 1 equal to go to 5. So both are equal. Now if what you will do, now if you add 2 on both sides, what happens? Does its value changes? So 8 minus 3 plus 2 is equal to 4 plus 2, 1 plus 2. If you clearly see, again the equality holds. Why? Because 8 minus 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, what's the value? That is 5 plus 2, that is 7 on left side. And if you clearly see that 4 plus 1, 5 plus 2, that is equal to 7 on the right side also. So again equality holds. So adding 2 on both sides does not change the equation. And now subtract 2 on both sides. Now we are going to subtract 2 on both sides. Then what happened? Again 8 minus 3 plus 2 means how much it is value is 8 minus 2 minus 2, that is equal to 4 plus 1 plus 2 minus 2. So here also the value is 8 minus 2 minus 2 will cancel. 8 minus 3 it will becomes again 5 on left side, and again 2 minus 2 0, 4 plus 1 5 on the right side. So again equality holds, and again LHS is equal to the RH side. There is no problem in this also. Okay, students. So what the conclusion? Whenever we add, whenever we separate on both sides, and there is no change in the equation, and the equation still holds. Even though if you multiply with, now what we are going to do, multiply 3 on both sides. So 3 into 8 minus 3, that is equal to 3 into 4 plus 1. Does the equations changes? Even if you observe, that is becomes 5 into 3 equal to 15 on the left side. Again it is also 5 into 3. Again it is also 15 on the right side. So even though multiplying with 3 on the both sides does not change the equation. Now what will we do? We will do divide both sides by 2. So if you divide both sides by 2, again you are getting the LHS equal to RHS. So finally, what are the conclusions? What are the conclusions are? Thus, if you fail to do the same mathematical operation with same number on the both sides of an equality, the equality may not hold. So these conclusions also valid for equations as in. So basically, LHS, RHS. LHS equal to RHS. If you add on both sides, there will be no problem. If you subtract on both sides, there will be no problem. If you multiply on both sides with same number, all these conditions we have to add plus 2 and all we have to do is we have to add same number on both sides. We have to subtract both numbers on same time. We have to multiply with both numbers on same time. If you divide with both numbers on same number on both sides, then the equation does not change. But if you are adding plus 2 here and if you are adding plus 3 here, then equality does not holds. Then equality does not hold, then equation will be failed. So we do not do like that. So whatever the case means, what is the final thing is, you can add, subtract, multiply, divide. You can do all these operations with same number on both sides, then what happens? Its value does not changes. The equation holds, students. But if you fail to do like that, then equation will be failed. So even though it is same for the equations which are having variables and numbers also. Suppose there is 4x plus 5 equal to 65. You can add plus 2 on this side and you can add plus 2 on this side. No problem. You have to subtract minus 2. You have to subtract minus 2 here. You can subtract minus 2 here. No problem. You can multiply whole thing with 2 on here and the whole thing with 2. No problem. The equation holds. Even though you can divide 2 on both sides. No problem. But whenever dividing with one side and dividing with another number on right side, it will changes. And whenever if you are multiplying with the number 2 on the left side and we are dividing with the number 2 on the right side, then it will make changes. But whenever we doing the same operation with the same number on both sides, then equation holds. No problem you will get. Okay students, that is the thing you have to know. This is similar to weighing balance. There is a balance and there is 2 kgs here, 2 kgs here. If you had 1 kg on left side on this balance and 1 kg on this side, it will again comes to balance. There is no problem. Even though if you add one more on one more, it will not harrow. Even though if you remove one more and one more, it will not change like that. But if you add one and if you remove one, then what happened? It will goes down. It will goes up. So there will be the equality will be changed or disturbed. Balance will be disturbed. So this is the thing you have to follow while doing the equations. Whatever you are doing, do it on the both sides. Whatever doing, do it with the same number and the same operation on the both sides. Then there will be no change. That is the thing you have to remember, students. Okay, students. So now we will solve one problem like that. So for that there is an equation 4x plus 5 equal to 65. So how to find the solution to this equation? So what you have to do, if you do anything on the both sides, there will be no change. So subtract 5 on both sides. So why? Because y means our aim is x. Our aim is to find x. So we have to remain one x on left side only, so that all the terms on the right side only. Then you will get the, basically whenever there is x only on the left side or on the any side, then if there is a equality symbol and the remaining terms all on the right side will equals to that x value. So we can find out the x value. So subtract 5 on both sides. 4x plus 5 minus 5, that is equal to 65 minus 5. Though what is the answer? That is 4x equal to 60. Next, what you have to do? Divide with 4 on both sides. We have to divide 4 on both sides. So 4x by 4 is equal to 60 by 4. Then what happens? 4 will cancel, it will get 15. So x equal to 15. So finally, what is the number? The number is 15. So this is the game they have played. This is the game they have played, and here Amina said the answer is 15 for 65. How she knows means this is the way she has set up an equation and she have solved that equation. By solving that equation, you will get the value of answer as 5. And another thing is here 10y minus 20 equal to 50. So whatever you are doing, you have to do same. So add 20 on both sides. I am writing b dot s, a shortcut for both sides. So 10y is equal to 70. Sir, I have directly added. So add 20 plus add 20. 20 will be cancelled. 50 plus 20, 70. Okay, students, like that I have done. Now divide with 10 on both sides. 10y by 10 is equal to 70 by 10. So finally, 10. Finally, 10 will be cancelled. Answer will be y equal to 7, students. So in this way you can solve the equation. So after solving the equation, if you have doubt that whether this equation is right or not, then what you have to, you can check the answer. What is the procedure for checking answer? Take the value of 15. Take x value and substitute it in LHS. Substitute in LHS. Now take x. What is 4x plus 5 is the LHS. Now we are substituting 15 in the place of x. Then that will becomes 4 5s are 15 4s are 60 plus 5, that is equal to 65. So which is nothing but the RHS, students. If you clearly see that 4x plus 15 equal to 65, which is on the RHS. Whenever we have started with the LHS and you have substituted the value of x and you are getting the value on RHS, then we can say that the x value is perfect, it is right. This is the checking method. That's it, students. We have learned how to set up an equation, what is an equation, how to solve an equation. Now we are going to solve some more equations. So what is the fourth topic? More equations. Here we are going to solve some more equations. How to solve those? So basically, what is the equation? 12p minus 5 equal to 25. We have to find out the value of p. That is solving the equation. So what we have to do? Add 5 on both sides. Then 12p minus 5 plus 5, that is equal to 25 plus 5. So this will cancel out. 12p is equal to 30. Now divide 12 on both sides. What happened? P is equal to 30 by 12. Here also 12 by 12 will cancel. So p equal to how many times? In this time 3 table will get cancelled up to 10 times. In this stage it will get 4 times. And again 2 table will cancel 5 times and 2 table cancel 2 times. So finally value is p equal to 5 by 2. If you want to check it, check it. So what is to take LHS and you have to substitute p value in it. So what is LHS? 12p minus 5. 12p minus 5. In that you have to substitute it. So for that 12 into 5 by 2 minus 5. So basically for it 2 times 2 6 are 12s. 2 6 are 12s. So that's why 6 5s are 30 minus 5. That is equal to 25. So this is the final answer, students. So this is the RHS. If you clearly observe, the RH is 25. So your answer is correct. So in this way you can solve things. So here there is one more thing, that is transposing. So if you clearly observe what you have did, we have in this 3p minus 10 example, suppose taking 3p minus 10 example, that is equal to 2. What we will do, add 10 on both sides. That is the basic thing we will do on both sides. Then it will becomes 3p minus 10 plus 10 means minus 10 plus 10, that is equal to 5 plus 10. So then it will becomes 3p equal to 15. So in the same case there is 3p minus 10 equal to 5. Now I will do transfer or transpose minus 10 to right side. Then what will happens? Then 3p is equal to 5 plus 10. So again 3p equal to 15. Sir, why in the both cases answer is same? So why I have transposed minus 10 from left side and onto the right side, I have written as the plus 10. So whenever we are moving it from LHS to RHS, we have to change its operation. Whenever you are taking minus 10, we have to add it on plus 10 on the other side, then it will becomes equal. Students. Okay, equal students. So whenever if we are taking, so basically what are the rules you have to follow is, and another thing, now what will you do? This is one example. Now another example, there is 5x plus 12 equal to 27. What will you do? Subtract 12 on both sides, then 5x is equal to 27 minus 12, that is the answer is nothing but 5x equal to 15. Now what will you do? Take or transpose, take 12 to left right side. In this case 5x equal to 27 minus, here there is minus sign, minus 27 minus minus 12 to minus 12, then here again 5x equal to 15. So here we have taken plus 12 to right side and minus, it becomes minus. So what is the thing you have to remember is, if there is LHS, RHS, if there is plus on the RHS, if there is any number like which is plus on the LHS, then by transposing it will becomes minus. If there is minus on the LHS, by transposing on the right side it will becomes plus. Okay students, this is what you have to remember. So by using it you can easily solve those. So basically here there is 4m plus 3, 4 of m plus 3 means 4m plus 4 3 is 12, that is equal to 18. You can transpose this to here, 4m equal to 18, basically it is plus, we have to, after shifting it will becomes minus, so minus 12. So 4m is equal to 18 minus 12 means what? 18 minus 12 means nothing but 13, 14, 15, 16, it is almost 6 students, then m equal to 6 by 4, like that you have transposed it. Okay students, one another thing is, this is the first thing we have done, and one another thing you can solve with this is, this is the one method you can do, and another method is, there is 4 into m plus 3 equal to 18. Basically this 4 is multiplying m plus 3 and this 4 is multiplying on left side. We can take it to right side like that, while it will becomes dividing. So m plus 3 is equal to m equal to plus, you take to right side it will becomes minus 18 by 4 minus 3. So then finally m value becomes, it is 9, it is 2, 9 by 2 minus 3. So m value becomes 3 to the 6, 9 minus 6 is 3 by 2. So this is the value for m. What we have done here, 4 is multiplied here, whenever taking it to the right side it goes to divided. So another thing is, whenever there is multiplication on the left side, whenever it goes it will gets divided. In the similar way, whenever it is dividing on the left side, whenever it goes it will gets multiplied on the right side. So these are the things you have to remember while transposing any numbers or variables from left hand side to right hand side. By transposing like that, the equation will not be changed. Okay students, now we have completed our fourth topic also. Now we are going to discuss fifth topic, that is from solution to equation. So until now what we have do, we have taken some equations like 4x plus 3 equal to 17, and after that what we are doing, we are transposing equation, that is 17 minus 3, and we are finding the answer, that is 17 minus 3 is how much it is, 17 minus 3 is 14, and x value is 14 by 4, like that. Or if you take it as a minus 3, what happens, it will get as the plus 3, and again it will becomes 20, and again it will becomes 20 by 4, then it will becomes x equal to 5. This is the way we are following. So taking the equation and we are getting the solution. So this is the one way, this is the one way we are following. The way is from equation to, this is from equation to solution. So one of the students in the class, has doubted, and he's extraordinary, intelligent and creative things. So he started his journey that why don't you start with a solution? Why don't you start with a solution? So he started his journey like that. Suppose x may be 5, then what happens? We have to multiply this number with 3. So 3 into x, that is equal to 5 into 3, that will becomes 15. Now we have to add plus 4 to it. Okay students, so similarly you have to add plus 4 on the right side also. Then 3x plus 4 will give rise the 19. So in this way he started, this is the another way. So he had started at the solution and he had ended at the equation. So what is that, what is the difference means? Even though we can start this also in this way also, how it will looks like. If you want x equal to 4, basically the answer is x equal to 4 and he has taken x equal to 5, but in this way he has gotten another equation. So one thing is, in this process you will get only one solution. So whenever you are starting from equation and started your journey, you will get only one solution. But whenever you got started at solution and you are going like this, you will get many equations students. You may get many equations for different values of x students. Okay, and for the same value of x you may get different equations. So that is the thing. So we can follow both things, from equation to solution or from solution to equation also, but best thing is from equation to solution is the best thing, so that you can get only one solution, and by using that solution you can create some more equations. So using that solution you can create some more equations. That is the usefulness of this second method, from solution to equation. So for solution, using the solution you can get, or you will create so many equations students. So that's why, or from solution to equation, so by using it you can create more equations. That's it students, that topic is also completed. Now our sixth topic, what is those? It is the applications of simple equations to practical situations. We are going to apply our simple equation to practical situations. So what is the situation here? There is a sum of 3 times a number. So there is a number, we don't know that number, and 3 times that number, and that is sum, and 11, that is equal to 32. So we have to find that number. So sum of 3 times a number, sum of means we have to add it to and 11. So that is 32, means it equals to 32. So if you want to solve this, what you have to do? Transpose. So 3x equal to 32 minus 11, 3x is equal to how much? If you take that, it will be 21, and again it is multiplying here. If you transpose it to here, it will divide. So then 21 by 3, then finally x equal to 7, though that number is 7 students. We can solve it also, we can check it as also. And now you take another example. Raju's father age is 5 years more than 5 years more. So Raju's father, we can take Raju's father as the father. We can take Raju's father. We don't know what is Raju's father age. We don't know what it is. Let's say x. And another thing is Raju's father age is 5 years more than. So Raju's father age is 5 years more than. So Raju's father age is, let it say be x. It is more than 5 years, which means x. And which is 5 years more than the 3 times Raju's age. Suppose Raju's age is y. What is the relation between these two ages? So that x is equal to, so basically we don't need x. Why? Because in the question he has given find Raju's age, and if father age is 44 years. So Raju's father age is 44 years. He has already given it. And what is the question? That Raju's father age is so far that 44 is means is equal to is 5 years more, which is 5 years more than the 3 times Raju age. Let the Raju age be 5, Raju's age be 5, and 3 times Raju's age is 3 into y, and 5 years more than Raju's age means 3y plus 5. So this is the complete equation. So from that equation you have to find the y, which means Raju's age. So that we will transpose it to here. 44 minus 5 equal to 3y. Then now what will becomes? It will 39, that equal to 3y. Again y equal to 39 by 3. So finally y equal to 13 students. So this is the age of Raju. So this is the 13. So this is the thing you have to do, follow to get answer, students. So finally what happens, students? Our chapter is completed. Now what we have to do? Now we'll have the summary. Without wasting time, we are going to have the summary. So basically simple equations is the chapter. How to set up an equation. Basically we are going to learn how to set up an equation. There is a number which is when multiplied with some number and added with some number, added to some number, it is like 4x plus 55, that is gives the answer 65. So in this way you can set up an equation, students. And basically what equation is? Equation is nothing but a condition on a variable. What are variables? Variables value may be changed. It does not have fixed numerical value, and we can write the variables as x, y, z like that. Okay, students, and a variable with a condition is called equation. What is the condition here? 4x plus 5 is equal to 65. So what is the condition here? Means whenever there is a number or variable, whenever it is multiplied with 4 and added to 5, it will gives the 65. It is the condition error. In this condition there is a variable, we call it as the equation. So what is equation? Is basically in the equation there is equality sign, and to the left of the equality sign all we call as the LHS, and to the right of the equation sign we call it the RHS, and at any point of time LHS must equals to RHS. The left hand terms and are equal to right hand terms. So basically here in this example in the left hand term there is variable, and there on right hand side there is no variable, but there may be variable in the right hand side also. Okay, students. And what one more thing that you have to learn, and next thing is what? Next thing is solving an equation. How to solve an equation? So if you do same things on the same side, it will not affect the equation. So one thing I want to say simply, so if you add, subtract, multiply or division, whatever the operation you are doing, it is not matter. What we have to do is, if you add, you have to add with the same number on the both side. If you subtract with the same number on the both side. If you want to multiply, then you have to multiply with same number on the both side. If you want to divide, then you have to divide with the same number on the both side. Then the equation holds. Then there will be no change in the equation, which is similar to this balance. Whenever you add plus 1 to this, on 1 on both sides, it will be in the same balance stage. If you have removed that one also, this will be in the balance stage, like that. So you can do any operations on both sides with same numbers. And one more thing is, you can solve equations by doing same operations on same side. And finally our aim is to get the value of x. So for that you have to make that this in that equation there will be only x on one side and all the remaining on the right side. Then all these, there is equation sign, no, that the left hand side equal to right side. If you are having x only on the left hand side, then all the terms in the right hand side will equals to value to the right hand side. For that you have to solve solution by doing operations like that. You have to add on same thing or subtract something, or divide same thing or multiply same thing. Like that you have to take x only on one side, then you will get the answer. And one more thing is, while you are transposing, so when you are transposing, suppose there is a plus 2 on one side. If you want to transpose it to right side, then you have to make it as minus, and if there is minus 2 on left side, you have to make it as plus 2 on the right side. If you are multiplying with the 2 on the left side, you have to divide it with 2 on the right hand. If you are dividing with 2 on the left side, you have to multiply with 2 on the right side. That is the thing, students, that should you have to follow. And even though basically we are starting from equation and equation, and we are finding the solution, this is the one way. In this way you are getting only one answer. Now you can take this solution, and from solution you can also create many equations. So we can, by taking the solution, we can create many equations, students. And one more thing is, the last thing is the application. So there are some practical problems we have dealt with. So basically one thing is how to solve an equation. That what we have to learn in this. That what we have learned in this present chapter. By solving an equation, you can get the solution of the x variable by transposing the terms from LHS to unLHS. Care must be taken that LHS at the 18 point of LHS must be equal to RHS. That's it, students. So this is for today's session. We have completed this chapter, or chapter completed, or summary is also completed. So have a nice day, keep smiling, bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe to Sreenath. Bye bye.